Hey, thanks for tuning in to my channel. This is my first video, well, not my first video, but my first video actually trying to attempt to talk about what I really want to talk about. It's to spread um, awareness to mental health, but this is actually a tool that I'm using to help myself cope with what's going on with me. An introduction, first of all, yes, hello. I'm your new favorite Schizorican. I am Puerto Rican and schizophrenic. But really, I my diagnosis, my official diagnosis is schizoaffective bipolar disorder. It's like having schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. So schizophrenia, like at my episodes of psychosis, which are, they're really terrifying. But the episodes of psychosis I've had, most of them, I would hallucinate or see things, and like I said, I don't know why I was so afraid to say this before, but I noticed that there's not much content on people sharing their stories and how they feel, And I want you to know that having a mental illness like that, or whatever you're dealing with, most people can't even tell that they don't. When I made it known on my Facebook page, a lot of my friends from high school and stuff, they had no idea what I was going through, and at the time I didn't know either. Well, I knew what I was dealing with, but I didn't know that what it was actually classified as. Um, but let me tell you how it started. When I was, since I could remember, since a young age, I've always heard good things, and it was always one kind of voice in my head that was always saying great things to me. If there's moments where I felt alone, or he would, yes, he would laugh at my jokes, or I didn't tell anybody about that because as a child, I remember people talking about imaginary friends, and I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I have an imaginary friend, but nobody could see him or him. I can hear him. That's my imaginary friend. But I never shared that with my parents or anything. So I always heard voices, but there was one incident that happened when I was 9 years old, and it's made everything a little bit harder for me. It brought in anxiety. I don't want to mention that now, but based on that incident, I became a little bit paranoid of being around people outside, strangers I didn't know. And to tell you the truth, from age 10 to 11, well, actually, age 11, yeah, because I remember when I was 10, I had the paranoia, but it wasn't really that bad. But I actually got my period when I was 10 years old too. So that's when, yeah, you can imagine. 10 years old, I remember I cried. But so I was 10. I remember my 10th birthday. It was awesome. I have great childhood. My two older brothers, youngest one, me, only girl, my father, my mother, you know, they're not together now, but, they respect each other a lot. And I thank God for that every day, that I have the parents that I have. And I love my brothers to death. But, so I was 11 years old, and I remember feeling I had to talk to someone. I needed to talk to someone. At age 10, around age 11, I felt like I needed to talk to somebody about, somebody that knew about what I was going through. So at that age, I understood that there was professionals out there that I needed to talk to, but I didn't know what to call them. So I remember going to a counselor with my parents, and one thing led to another, and I started taking Zoloft. Zoloft was the first medicine I was on, but upon taking that, I have one really big memory from age 11, and it was the fact that I was it felt like this. I opened my eyes and I just so happened to be outside on the sidewalk with no shoes, no socks, just a shirt, um, and some pants. And I was out there. And my mom remembers that too. And that was my first, I guess, we didn't know what to call it. I'm sure my parents, my mom or my dad wasn't too sure what it was because, from age, they actually thought that the Zoloft may have caused it. So I went off of it. They took me off. I went to 12 years old, 6th grade. I did good. I was playing the saxophone. I was doing good in school. But I remember, I'm going to be honest, I remember I had some manic thoughts. Like I thought I thought I was on top of the world. It wasn't like bad ones, but it was like a little bit on the high manic side. I could say that now because I understand. But then I was like, oh, I just have a lot of energy. I barely need to sleep, you know? So fast forward to 16. I'm 32 now, by the way. 16 years old. Another incident happened where I got in a fight with my best friend. She was my best friend at the time. I'm not going to say her name, God bless you. But, we got in a fight, and what I didn't know is that she was actually known for fighting other people in school. But regardless of that, I felt something wrong. I was feeling, I had some feelings that I knew that were wrong, and I wanted to run away. I really wanted to run away. And I was 16 at the time, so I understood that that my parents, they're in charge of me. They're responsible for me, so I don't want them to get in trouble because I want to run away, So I called the police. I told them what was going on. They talked to my parents. I guess they sent me to MHRC, Mental Health Resource Center, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm not afraid of showing that information because 32 years old right now, from 16 to 23, and even beyond that, that was my go-to. I always call. If I feel unwell, they say if you're feeling homicidal or suicidal. But I knew, that's the thing. I thank God that I have something in me that tells me I need to get help. And it's enough divine, intervention. There's a divine intervention. But, I in group therapy meetings and everything, I've been told that, there's a lot of people that don't have that. They don't have that in them to see that they need help and they go and seek it. I'm telling you now, don't hesitate. Do not feel embarrassed. If you need the help, just go. If you have any doubts, just go. You could drive yourself there. It's nothing, if it's your job that's stressing you out, you gotta think of your mental health, Having schizoaffective bipolar disorder is something that it's a lifelong thing. I also have, because I found out lately, actually, I got off track, but guess what? Scattered thoughts. So bear with me. I just, story time, I guess, but, it's just to give more awareness, and it's helping me out too, Because, believe it or not, yes, I'm Puerto Rican, 32 years old. Well, I don't know when I'm going to post this, but today is the 15th of November. And I feel relieved that I'm able to share, what I'm going through. But, having a schizoaffective bipolar disorder, I would experience other things too. Like, I would experience, anxiety. That's another thing. My 2 current medications, by the way, is I take 15 milligrams of olanzapine and hydroxyzine 25 milligrams up to 4 times a day as needed. Now, if there's anybody listening to me, I'm telling you now, if you're diagnosed, if they tell you to take medication, please take your medication. Just take the medication. You know, you might, when I was 16, 17, I remember feeling like I was on top of the world and I didn't need the medication anymore. No, the reason why you're feeling better is because you were taking your medication. So I'm advising you now, take the medication. If you don't think that it's going to help you, at least try to take it, and, you know, be honest with your psychiatrist and with your psychiatrist and psychologist and therapy. Everybody, you know, is there to help you. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. I don't care what people get affected by this from all walks of life. Sometimes they don't have the voice that they can. Sometimes they can't voice enough that they need help. So, you know, I'm letting you know that it's nothing to be embarrassed about. You're not alone. So, to be honest, I decided this idea because I was feeling alone. I'm like, I have nobody to talk to. My phone is dry. I'm a single mom of 2 kids. My firstborn he has autism. Yes, autism. He's still considered somewhat nonverbal. He's 9 years old. I've got videos of him on my channel. And I have a baby girl. She's 5 months old. But, you know, I have help from my parents, my dad, especially my father. He's been there from the beginning, you know, so a support system is important. And I understand that there may be people out there that don't have a support system, that don't have, you know, those people to talk to about their situations, about what they go through. I'm telling you now, I'm going to try to keep these videos up because I know they're going to help me in at least talking to you guys, whoever I'm talking to. If you have nobody else to talk to, you know, feel free to comment. Feel free to reach out. And I'm telling you now, if you have any doubt in your mind of how you're feeling, because sometimes it's hard to understand what you're feeling. And I realized that my anxiety was caused by depression that I have. You learn triggers, you know, you have to learn to be aware with your environment. But let me try to keep on track. Like I said, this is my first video, so it's basically an introduction of, you know, me and what I've been through and how I want to show support, you know, for people that don't have that experience. So, 16, you know, diagnosed bipolar, was taking 1,500 milligrams of Depakote. From 16 to 23, I've been on Wellbutrin, I've been on Haldol, I've been on Abilify, Geodon, lithium, Suprec. Well, I'm on olanzapine now. But, you know, I know there's certain people that feel like, oh, well, they have gifts. Of course you have gifts. That's something that I feel like people with mental illnesses can feel and see things that your average human can't. And I'm not saying that, you know, I'm not having a delusion right now. It's very hard to understand those things because it's not concrete. You know, it's almost like an invisible, you know, disability. But to be honest, whatever your beliefs are, the point is to be able to function in this life. You know, not lose touch with this reality. There's several realities, but not lose touch with this reality. Keeping in touch with this reality is very important. And that's what I've, you know, realized through my life. I mean, I had this crazy story from Puerto Rico, man. But, you know, that's going to be coming soon. Where I could talk about, I can talk about things that I've gone through, you know. And I will. But I'm letting you know that in this video, I don't want you to feel alone. You know, I'm not trying to just look for attention because I just know how it feels to to go through things and not have really, anybody to talk to, that'll talk. Unfortunately, I've always been that person to reach out and see how everybody else is doing, But I thank God I have my father. Even right now, he's with my daughter in the room. I do have my own place, I do receive disability. I have tried to work. I'm not saying I won't anymore, but I had to put my mental health first, But like I said, this thing is really, it's scary, but it's serious, something that I've struggled with was relationships. I got 2 kids from 2 different fathers. And I'm not saying it's all my fault, but I'm saying that there's room for improvement, I also know that once people found out about my disability, if you guys are watching this, it's okay. I'm not mad at you. Once they found out or witnessed any of my downfalls and my disability, when I wasn't more stable and thriving, they kind of kept me at arm's length. It sucks. It's embarrassing thinking back, and remembering some of the things that I would say or do, or, and it gets lonely because nobody wants to deal with you. They'll love you from a distance. It's lonely, My son is 9, my daughter's 5 months, so it's pretty hard. But it's my cards. I'm gonna deal them. I'm gonna deal my cards. But I don't want to be honest, I don't want to make this just about me. I want to be able to talk to you guys and just let you guys know or see firsthand, how having this schizoaffective bipolar disorder, having schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, that comes with anxiety and depression and everything. And this is, a platform that I'm really thankful for. And it's something that I was keeping off. Like I said, I started this YouTube channel maybe 3 years ago, 2017. It's 2020 now in November. And, I don't know. I don't know why I never shared it, but, I just have to express myself. It's been too long, so quiet, not having anybody else to, to relate to. Even my therapist, my therapist would say, I had a therapist before that said, well, why don't you go to a support group or try to go out with friends? Or I'm like, I've tried all of the above and it's just not working. And like I said, it's really tough. To tell you the truth, my biggest dream was to be in the United States Navy or Army. Navy or Army. When I was in high school, Edward H. White, what up? When I was in high school, I was in NJROTC. That was the best time of my life. I had so much fun there. The instructor made me platoon commander, and I was the only freshman in the class. Everybody else was older than me and taller than me. But I did good. I had fun. It was great. And unfortunately, 16, Baker acted, bipolar disorder, all that was thrown at me when I was, and it steered me off course, where I felt like, I felt like I was losing my identity because my father, God bless him, he fought in the line of death in Libya. He was an FC on a frigate, USS Jack Williams, and I wanted to fill in his steps so bad. So I'm like, you know what? I am going to finish ROTC in high school. and I'm going to go into, I was actually, getting opportunities to be referred. I was mentioned that before, trying to refer me to an officer training school. I had all those aspirations, but I never really shared what I was struggling with at the time with my instructors. And it hurt so bad because, I have people tell me, oh, you're so smart, you're articulate, you're artistic. Yes, I love painting and writing lyrics and everything. I did customer service. I have things that are well, but my illness always got in the way. Took the better of me, I've had different jobs and stuff, but yeah, that was a dream that I had to kind of let go, being in the military. But, there's other, I just want to be, as honest as possible. My nose itchy, sorry. Just want to be as honest as possible. Just, it's getting really hard for me to see my mood's changing right now. I get really moody, scatterminded. But with this video, like I said, that's a little bit of my background about brings you back to now. I'm 32. My last hospitalization was July of 2019. I was in a car accident, and if you look for my name, that is the worst mugshot ever. I know this might be TMI for some people, might be bored, but like I said, if you have anything negative to say, or if you feel some type of way, freedom of speech by all means, but this is something that I'm using. It's a tool that I'm using to help myself, deal with what's going on. Because to be honest, it doesn't have to be triggered. I take my medicine, I go to therapy, I see my psychiatrist. There could be nothing else going on, but I can still be triggered. So I have to pay attention to what I'm going through, to how my body physically feels, but it's tough to talk about. For me, yeah, it's nothing easy, because it's out of the norm. I'm not used to being able to talk like this, but, hopefully this spreads awareness of people that suffer with schizophrenia like I do. I hope I, can just spread awareness, I'm not looking for anything else but that. And yes, just earlier today I was hanging by a thin thread. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video. I'm just going to do it, I have a lot to share. And on a daily, especially with COVID, there's so many people going through things that they don't even know where to turn or where to go to. So, there's going to be more videos like this. I don't know. I'm just going to keep playing it by ear. Not playing it by ear, but that's why I'd say see. My mind it's like my mind. I don't know if other people experience this too. But sorry. My mind is like, it's like having your average mind is like a digital clock. There you go. Your average neurotypical mind is a digital clock. My mind is like an old-fashioned father clock, with all the gears and everything in it. Fun. Like I said, this is not going to be the last video. If anybody's interested in just hearing me rant, your Schizorican rant. But I'm hoping this video and the ones to come, can shed some light and some information, let you know more about, or let you see somebody. Right now, me, I'm struggling with schizoaffective bipolar disorder. It's like it is having schizophrenia, you know, and bipolar disorder, depression, highs, manics, and my depression causes anxiety. So I have everything. And I actually found out like last week, last week, that because of the trauma I went through last July, I have PTSD from that. So, yeah, I really don't want to talk about that. I'm not ready to. Not about that specific thing. But, like I said, I'm spreading awareness. I'm putting myself out there. Hi, yes, I have schizoaffective bipolar disorder. I've been hearing things since I was a child. I'm stable and thriving. Yes, I'm afraid of a relapse. I'm afraid of something happening. I don't do drugs. That's the other thing. I do not do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't drink. No, I don't want to. I didn't, and I don't want to. I've tried it. That's the thing. I've tried even just a little bit. Some people say, oh, just a little bit of alcohol. No, no, no. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to do you any good, And like I said, the biggest things that I learned is to talk about it, and that's what I'm doing now. So I'm sharing some awareness, It's hard, even to talk. It's really hard for me. I did really go well with writing because it helps me stop and think and concentrate on my words. Oh, yeah. But, so, brain fog. Like, I think I'm going to cut the video short here, for the introduction, and I am going to start writing things down. But, yeah, that's me. So, hello, my name is Tasha Ramirez, and I have schizoaffective bipolar disorder. It's like having schizophrenia. I have schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, So, if you guys want to comment, feel free to comment. If you have something negative to say or whatever, that's all on you. Like I said, I'm doing this to spread awareness, to have people see firsthand what it's like to see somebody with schizoaffective bipolar disorder on meds, trying to put my best foot forward. If you made it this far, I want to tell you thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing my words. This definitely won't be the last video. I'll be sharing a lot more content. Like I said, it's gonna help me out, and in the long run, if I could help somebody else out, even just letting them see that somebody else is going through something similar, or just even if you're bored and you have nothing else to do, you just want to see my video, whatever it is, I'm gonna keep this going. And like I said, you made it this far. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm really thankful. I get like, my mind is like so scattered, man. Like I said, it's getting late. I gotta get some sleep. But like I said, your favorite Schizorican. What up? All right. Now, if you want to subscribe, it's up to you. If you don't, if you want to like it, if you want to unlike it, you want to put thumbs down, it's okay. Because sometimes I feel thumbs down too on myself, so it's okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you to like and subscribe. I'm just gonna be here talking about whatever I'm gonna talk about, as long as it shares awareness, and it's gonna help me out. I already feel like it's gonna be something to help me out. So, like I said, I know if you put something like this in the public, there's gonna be trolls. There's gonna be people that might want to sabotage me or make me seem some type of way, and there's me spiraling down the hill of negative thoughts. No. I'm just telling you what's on my mind as somebody that struggles with. That's another thing. You struggle with bipolar disorder, schizoaffective bipolar disorder, and you have anxiety from your depression of the bipolar part. It's so easy to feel passionate about so many things and worry about so many things. The same things. Oh my gosh, I'm just confusing myself right now. that's for another story. But like I said, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I'm not trying to look for attention. I just see this as a platform that I can spread awareness. If you were curious to see my video because you've never witnessed anybody like that, well, that's me. It's all legit. I've got nothing to hide. Take it one day at a time, and that's the best way to do it. All right. So until then, I'll see you soon.